Hey guys, Stephanie here. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Okay, watching Dr. Fauci have a nervous breakdown under the pressure of Rand Paul was beautiful. It honestly filled my soul like a hot cup of Starbucks. It was amazing. And you could tell Rand Paul was like, I'm giving you this chance to be honest. Tell the truth. Not a conspiracy theory. Watch the video for yourself. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm saying my interpretation of what happened via body language. And the body language said, why did Dr. Fauci get so gosh darn defensive? I mean, he literally was like, no, you are the liar. You don't understand the science. Because we all have to trust the science, right? The non-science of the science. Dr. Fauci had a chance. And a lot of people would pretty much respect the fact if you screw up and then you're honest about it. But the fact that these people, they just keep going on and on. And I think I just burped. Sorry. I just burped. They go on and on and on with their stuff, right? So gross, right? I just burped. Anyways, whatever, guys. It's me. So, the fact that these people, they've been wrong so many times, they've screwed up, they've contradicted themselves, total hypocrites, but yet they tell us their truth is the truth and not believe anything else. We'll fact check you. We'll do all this just to tell you what is your reality and what it's not. But if you think about it, their reality is through TV and social media and all these other social constructs, schools. So, what if something happened that knocked out all of our technology? All right, we're just completely annihilated, and we have to start from the beginning. How would you know what's real and what's not? You're taught that. So, like when you have critical race theory, stuff like that, it's basically planting seeds in the young minds because you are what you grow up around. And what do people surround themselves right now with? Social media, their phones. Your phone is basically like your little computer, Satan. I mean, the technology with it is crazy too. But people don't ever think for themselves. And the fact that free thinking is being considered bad and extremist, and you're supposed to report people who are free thinkers or who question the government or who deny science, which there's actually many different types of theories, Like when you go to a doctor, you don't get one diagnosis. It's typically you go to what, 3 different doctors to get their opinions. So why can we only have one opinion from one source and you can't question it? It's the truth. That's it. No more. We're done. Shut your mouth, or you're going to be punished. You will be punished if you open that mouth of yours and think for yourself. How dare you, you right-wing extremist, thinking for yourself, denying our science. You might as well be like, oh, didn't say anything. I'll do this one. Arm exercises. I could probably use some arm exercises. So, anywho. So, if you really think about it, you have a group of people who tell you what's right or wrong. You have a monopoly over everything. That is our information, Wikipedia, all that. They can literally go in there through Google and Wikipedia and make their own definition and tell you what's right and wrong and this and that. And any human being who sees themselves as a mother, like you gave birth to this child that you held forever, that gave you stretch marks and morning sickness and all this, that a real woman does that. A real biological woman does that. That is not false information. You can't fact check that. It's actual science. That is real science, not feelings-based Marxism science. Okay? So when you start talking about that, well, you know what? You create another division within people because people like me, being considered, I'm called a birther. I'm not a fucking birther. I'm a mother. Do you know how hard labor is? Majority of men can't, they can't even get their eyebrows waxed. Imagine getting your balls waxed and your butthole at the same time while somebody's ripping out your fingernails, kind of pain. Women go through that to give birth, and it's a beautiful thing. To be a woman, we have certain pride in that because our bodies can do amazing things. So to discount that and discredit it and be like, you're a birther. And also, you people with your, calling my generation geriatric, fuck you. I'm not geriatric, dude. I'll put you in your place. But you cannot replace women with men who are they're drag queens. I mean, they get operations that is not how it works. Because I've given birth to 4 children, and I can tell you right now, there is no man who can biologically do that. It's not possible unless they come out your balls. I don't know where it would come out of, but it's not possible. Scientifically, not possible. So then you have Sports Illustrated that comes out, and they're like, you know what? We're going to jump on we're all going to follow, the trend with all the other corporations that have. And you know what? We're going to get proactive. We're going to get so proactive in this. We are going to put transgenders in Sports Illustrated. Okay, just like putting transgenders in sports, it's not biologically fair. You are discounting natural born women. And for people who say they want equal rights and all that, okay, well, if everything has to be everybody's special and everybody identifies and everybody has this and me this and me that and my rights and this and that, do you understand the breakdown? At the end of the day, you don't want equality. You want special treatment. So they should just do like a transgender Sports Illustrated or that kind of stuff because it sends the wrong message to young kids. Young girls should feel beautiful about their bodies and what they can do with their body. And it's like this transhumanistic thing that to me is just so disturbing. Because a birther, what the fuck is a birther? Like, and it is just like one thing after another. Then you got Pelosi today. She throws a tantrum. And it's like we have younger kids watching this stuff. And then we can't figure out why society is so out of control. Well, maybe because of all the fear porn on TV. I mean, like right now, okay, oh my gosh. The fourth wave. Fourth wave of what? Weren't we all supposed to die a year ago? Like, as far as I can see, we're still alive. I mean, there's been a lot of complications with the... But, okay, shh. That's medical misinformation. We can't do that. Remember, get vaccinated. It's funny with that because Pelosi's kind of come out and she's done this whole January 6th thing, right? And this is just my perspective on what I'm seeing in the media. Russia. And then Biden gives Russia a pipeline. Then we have now the media accusing Trump and Putin spreading misinformation about Hillary Clinton so people would vote for Trump. And I'm just like, what is happening? Ashton Kutcher has not jumped out yet and been like, you've been punked, because I'm still waiting for it. I'm waiting to wake up out of this bad freaking dream. Like, Pelosi is disgusting. She is the epitome of evil, and she's insider trading. Martha Stewart went to prison. Why can't Nancy Pelosi? Nazi Nancy. And no, I don't mean that. She's a beautiful woman. She's amazing. And I love her ice cream too. I eat it all the time. Just like I saw Steve at Colbert earlier, and I'm like thinking, oh, the way they talk about politics every night, it can't be. It can't be because you want us to have one thought and one thought only. You see what I'm saying? It's all this brainwashing propaganda, but it's modern day. So, like I said, if there's a cataclysm and something happened, and none of us had the internet or these politicians telling us what is right and what's wrong, what would you think is right or wrong? What would you think is morally correct? What would you identify with? Because when I grew up, we were tomboys. I was a tomboy. I think I still am. I'm just a girly tomboy. Like I hang out with nothing but guys because they're not whiny and bitchy, and they'll tell me, especially my gays. I love my gays. I love my gay guys. Like they'll tell you, girl, why are you wearing that? Girls, you know what they'll do? Oh, you look amazing, because low key they want you to look bad because it makes them look good. See what I'm saying? But gay guys aren't gonna do that. They'll tell you, oh, you're just fucked up. See, that kind of honesty is missing in this world. And when you have people like Nancy Pelosi who do this insurrection, and she wants to be able to cancel out Republicans who will actually question the legitimacy of the allegations. So, hmm. So we have countries all over the world protesting and rioting and doing all this. America's the last to stand right now, pretty much, okay? I mean, people are in the streets, but they're paid by Soros and all, those people. And may I remind those people that even after, I can't say his name, he had the mustache and they went like that, after he was, he suicided himself. All the generals, the soldiers, people who went along with the propaganda, they were held liable for what they did. And I just don't understand, like, how in the fuck do people go to bed at night? Or even, that's why there's an epidemic of drug overdoses and drinking and all this. Because majority of these people, they know what they're doing is wrong, but they're doing it because they don't want to lose their money or this and that. And nobody ever focuses on what's right or what's wrong. They're stuck in their pride and their ego. And Nancy Pelosi is the perfect example of that. We went through 2 impeachments. We went through Stormy McDaniels. We went through all of this crap for 4 years plus. And these knuckleheads and these bucket heads are still going around trying to create problems to distract you from what's really going on. Okay, what's coming up? All right, what's coming up? What's coming up? What's coming up? 2022 midterms, right? Texas, Dems flee because they're doing it for what? Civil rights. Yeah, they're not, if you believe that, Well, Darwin's natural selection at its finest, which, to me sometimes is looking good right now because I'm thinking, damn, that'll be less people that I have to worry about trying to, come after me when society collapses. Because society's already collapsing, let's be real. And that's another thing, nobody can be real about that part either. It's just social justice. And I'm like, yeah, you rode the short bus, didn't you? You were that little short bus kid. So you have one political party that's been spewing all this forever, and people are catching on, but they have so much power and control, and they're so united to where now they want a special investigation, but the Speaker of the House is saying, no, that Republican's not a rhino. That one we're not affiliated with. This one, no, we don't have power over them. So we're just going to cancel them and we're going to do it on our own. That's not how this shit works, people. I mean, how could people not possibly understand that? I mean, I swear to God. Democrats are so Captain Obvious and everything is right there in plain sight. But humanity has been so dumbed down. Or they're just straight up in denial because they're like, in Stockholm Syndrome with their abuser, Democrats, because it's like they care so much about everybody. And they really don't. They really don't. They don't. Because, it's ironic how much Nancy Pelosi was saying it's a human right to be able to cross our borders, right? but they won't let Cubans come. You know, because they're escaping communism, socialism. The Venezuelans were too. But don't question anything. Let everybody come over the border. I'm in Texas, and I'm telling you right now, this white supremacy shit, kiss my ass, dude. There's no white people in Texas. There's not. When I went to Pennsylvania to go take care of my cousin, I even told her, I've never seen so many white people before. So when people come at me with that, oh my God, you're white privilege, you're white supremacist. I'm like, really, dude? Okay. When I get in an Uber or anything like that, anywhere I go, there's people wearing hijabs. There's Hispanic music playing. Like, majority of the time, I'm thinking, shit, I shouldn't go outside in like a tank top and short shorts because I feel like I'm disrespecting my Muslim neighbors. But people are so brainwashed that they think it's just a black and white thing. No. You literally have had so many people come into this country, and that's what makes it great. We all come here for the goal of having that success, that you can make it, not somebody telling you, look, we're gonna need a vaccine passport now, and you're gonna have a carbon footprint that we're gonna follow, and you'll be rewarded, and we're gonna give you a social score based on your carbon footprint, what you tweet, what you say on your phone, and what you text. Because remember, the Biden administration just admitted they're spying on our text messages to see if we're spreading misinformation to our own family members or whoever we're texting about vaccines. So you got to think about it like this. You've got to be the dumbest criminal if you're literally to the point to where you can go to like Snoops and stuff like that. Snoops, George Soros runs that. It's Nazi propaganda. Okay? You can't just think one way. You always have to be like devil's advocate. Okay? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Why are they only targeting blacks and minorities right now when they've never given a damn before? Why all of a sudden are they obsessed with black people? Why all of a sudden do they care about Mexico but not Cubans or anybody else? Like they're telling everybody who comes over our southern border it's okay, but they're telling the Cubans, nope, because you know why? They're not going to vote Democrat. Why is it that people crossing the border right now are being shipped off in the middle of the night on planes and charter buses to certain cities and demographics? Just think about Ilhan Omar and her district. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put 2 and 2 together. It's not that hard, guys. It's really not. It's not, because it's right there in front of your face. But you can't tell because everything is being so manipulated and coordinated and choreographed. And that's why whenever you hear the word democracy, you already know what their agenda is, because that's all we heard from the Democrats. Our democracy, democracy. Whatever they talk about like that, that means they're up to no good with that. Our democracy is under attack. That's for damn sure. Okay? Especially when you have the head of military come out and say that they're educating our military on wokeness and white rage. White rage. I see it everywhere. It's everywhere. Not really. No. I don't see it. I see a lot of other stuff going on. Like, major theft happening and stuff like that. But our military is doing wokeness, and they're testing white guys based off their political parties and their views and labeling people. Now think about it like this. If you had an agenda, okay, and you had millions of people and you needed an army because, it's kind of obvious what kind of war we're in. So the Capitol insurrection, we got to close it off. We got to fence it off for our own safety. We need all the guns confiscated because the democracy is at risk, right? But you build a huge wall, then you fire and hire military based on their white guilt or whatever it is, these racial training, CTR, all this kind of stuff. So low key, you're building your own army of activists and these people and that people and the media. It's all sedition and treason when you break it down. But it's modern day warfare that people don't even understand because the majority of people are so distracted by TV and their phones and everything else going on. They don't have 30 minutes of quiet time of their brain and to be actually logical and process things because we're fed nothing but fear. When your body's in flight or fight, you can't think logically. You're literally just like, and that's like every Karen running around, guns, we gotta get the guns, we gotta get them, they're so dangerous. All right, look, all of you Democrats, all you rich liberals, okay, all you people, you go move into someone else's house that lives in a very heavily, crime infested area, and you can't have any protection, and you switch houses with someone and tell me how you feel about gun rights then, because honey, trust me, you're gonna be like, oh my god. Yeah, the majority of them will piss their pants. It's just I don't even get it anymore. I don't. And I hope to God more states like Ohio don't start passing these things. Ohio judge, people who are getting on probation, part of their probation term is to get the jabba jabba jabba. Wait a minute. Isn't that cruel and unusual punishment? I mean, think about it. Part of your condition to be free is you have to take a vaccine? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Nobody puts two and two together. And look, all you Biden lovers, dude, you annoy the shit out of me. I'm in Texas having to pay $4 a gallon right now. You piss me off. The inflation pissing me off. Pissing me off. We so needed 4 more years of Trump. These people learn the hard way. And you know what? When they come crying to you, don't feel bad for them. Be like, psh, you should have listened. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Bye.